Welcome to Venusian Soul Tarot. Today I'm back with a pick a card reading and it's going to be June predictions. So I want you to cast your gaze over the cards and ask your higher self which cards have a message for you. We're pile number 1, pile 2, pile 3 and pile 4. If you need to pause the video to meditate further, please do so. But for those of you who are ready, let's get started. Hi Group 1. So when I first saw this card, Karma, the first thing I heard was karmic destiny. So I feel during the month of June, there's some sort of alignment that's happening when it comes to, I just heard like there's portals opening, there's doorways opening that are helping you to step into the next phase of your journey, of your path. Now, there could be some shedding that you're releasing as well, including when I'm saying shedding, I feel like it could be stemming from other incarnations. There's nothing from a past life that can't be addressed in the current life. And then with your path, dear Lord, help me trust there's a plan far beyond what I can see through my fears and illusions. So the month of June, there could be a little bit of, I want to say, difficult or turbulent energy that you're working through, that you're healing and releasing before coming into alignment. But they're showing me like you being, you're already on path, but it's like the path, it's like they're showing me an arrow moving toward the target. So there's some fine tuning, and I feel like there's some energies that are going to come up that you're shedding and clearing to enable yourself, I just heard bullseye, to reach target. Now, with these energies, again, some of them could be, I'm hearing specifically fears from past lives, especially fears around success. With the 6 of Wands and the 5 of Swords, some of you may have fears around putting yourself out there, or fears around really owning your power. Or for some of you where it's like you have creative abilities, there could be fear of, being seen or what people will think of those abilities, or being vulnerable. Like there's a lot of energies I feel that are going to come to the surface for resolution. And it's like the more you allow, the more you step into these energies, the more you allow that energy to flow, the better the outcome. I also feel for some of you where it resonates, there could be alignment that's happening when it comes to a soulmate connection, when it comes to a karmic contract, but I don't feel this is a karmic contract in the sense of, difficult lessons. I feel like it's a really positive, it's someone who's aligned with your path on your journey, who can help you further progress, where you can kind of grow and ascend together, especially with a Hierophant, because I feel like you're being fine-tuned, or you're being it's not a redirection they're saying, it's like tweaking your direction so that you can align with the right commitments in not only connection, but also in terms of, I feel like, work and where your energy is going. With the High Priestess as well, you're going to have a lot of ancient knowledge resurfacing. This is ancient knowledge about your soul's path, your own trajectory, maybe past experiences, past energies, what you want moving forward. With the High Priestess and the 7 of Cups, they keep saying to me that portals are opening for you. There's new, especially portals to creativity or self-expression around your life purpose. And again, it will vary for all of you, but for those of you, I'm looking at this book, for those of you where you're a writer or a poet or an artist, it's like there may be a lot of ideas and a lot of projects that come and flow through you. I'm hearing for many of you, you have a very specific talent or gift that's to be utilized in the physical, in the 3D. But with the 5 of Swords, there could be a little bit of fear of failure, or some sort of belief system or fears that hold you back from fully actualizing this or fully stepping into this energy. With the 6 of Wands, Ace of Cups, the Hierophant, this is what you're being directed and aligned to. High Priestess, some of you, you're stepping into a new level of leadership, or you're going to be more visible. And June is the month of aligning you to that. like you may not become more visible in June, but it's like you're in the process of becoming so. Like it's, again, they keep saying fine tuning. Sitting above the Six of Wands, you have cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. So again, there could be a lot coming up. They're showing me a cup being emptied. So I feel like there could be emotions, vibrations, thoughts, beliefs that are being stripped bare to make way for this new energy. Sitting above the Ace of Cups, you have the golden children, inner child tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. Again, for some of you, I'm hearing you're very rare. Your energy, your talents, your abilities, the way you see the world, the way you think. So it's like Spirit is really wanting you to step into this energy and fully actualize it, because it's going to have a ripple effect in the physical. Yeah, above the Hierophant, you have compassion. And with this card, I'm getting that sense of, number one, being compassionate with yourself. I feel like the month of June, at least the beginning, could be a little bit difficult or turbulent, because they're showing me the cup emptying, and they're saying things sometimes have to trigger us or challenge us to bring these emotions to the surface. So you may have people or situations that come up that are slightly uncomfortable or are not what you expected, but it's designed to help you heal this energy, step into this energy. We have the frequency of compassion supports our ability to stand by others without judgment and be the divine mediator between heaven and earth, spirit and matter, so that unconditional love can flow from source through our heart and into the world. With this sitting above the Hierophant, I think some of you are spiritual leaders or healers or mentors, and you're stepping into that role, and you are that kind of bridge between heaven and earth. You are someone that has a lot of energy that you can deliver to others. Above Knight of Cups, you have realization. I feel like as well, you're really mastering self-love with compassion, with inner child tenderness. It's like this self-love is necessary for you to be able, for that ripple effect, so you can share it with others. There's a lot of healing around the emotional body, the inner child. And I feel like the healing or the connection that you're forging in the month of June with your inner child gives way to some sort of project or comfortability with putting yourself out there and expressing yourself creatively. So realization, we have the frequency of realization supports the internal process of becoming aware of our heart-centered truth, as well as the external process of becoming our highest expression in this world. Yeah, you're elevating. You're ascending to that next level, but Spirit is saying these energies can't come with you for you to reach those heights. You have 3710, and you also have now 3811, master number above the High Priestess. It's funny we have remembrance sitting above the High Priestess, because I mentioned that I saw you tapping into perhaps memories from past lives or ancient wisdom. For some of you, you have the ability to read the Akashic records, or there's energies that you're going to be tapping into from your Akashic records. So you have the frequency of remembrance supports our memory of everything that we have gone through as a soul in body, providing us with valuable information and tools to flow gracefully with and in this life. With this and surrender to the alchemy of life, there is this theme of flow. Spirit is asking you not to resist what comes up during the month of June, because as I said, I just heard karmic emptying. So for some of you, you've already been through the challenges. Like, I'm not feeling like this is like hardcore karmic, connections and energies and emotions that you're going to have to really work through. It's like the remnants of the karmic history, if that makes sense. It's like you're cutting cords, you're clearing the residue of these emotions and these energetic patterns. Above the Seven of Cups, you have harmonic resolution. Again, you have a 10, 37, 10, 19, 10. So 10, 10, closing out a cycle. And I feel like June is a month where things are wrapping up. There's so many number synchronicities, because I just saw another card, but we have negativity, anger, transmutation. So you may be seeing a lot of signs and synchronicities with numbers, but these are the energies that are healing. You're transmuting any karmic threads, vibrations from the past, lower vibrational energies, especially fear, anger, disappointment from the past, they're going now. Yes, sacral portal sitting above the Five of Swords. If any of you have experienced a sense of failure in the past, like you tried to put your work out there or you tried to create something and it didn't go the way you'd expected or hoped, it's like Spirit doesn't want you to give up. But look, 34, 7, then 8. Like I keep seeing numbers and stepping stones, like 6, 7, 8. I think you are being guided, but there's a shedding of the emotional body and a clearing to make way for the new. With the 8 of Wands, look, you have 38, 38. For some of you, it is coming into divine union with a really, like a high level soulmate. We have soulmates, attraction, partnership, and mirroring. For some of you, if you resonate with twin flame energy, it could be twin flame, but it could just be that you're mirroring each other. But this is where this is leading. So I feel like the energy is really beautiful, but it may be at the beginning of the month, things are a little difficult while you're processing and clearing some of this energy. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 2. So for this group, I heard liberation from the past. So I feel for some of you, it's almost as though the month of June, it's like you're wrapping up this last cycle, or you're wrapping up as well a time of pain or difficulty, or I just heard as well coming up short, especially in relationships, especially in connections. So we have with humility, allow me divine to always accept the right assistance. I welcome your help in every way and delight in receiving it. For some of you, I'm hearing you're starting a new cycle with this world. Like it's like going from a phase of disappointment, people letting you down, being abandoned, having connections that are karmic or fall short, into attracting the right people and having the right people come along to help and support you in this journey, on this process. So we have liberation. The doubts and fears still come up. You don't believe anymore that they're you. So again, I seeing someone praying, like hoping to lift the weight of past pain, past disappointment, the things they've had to let go of. It's like, yeah, or even a period of separation of, you know, connections. Like you go from the 6 of Cups to the 4 of Wands. So there's this leveling up when it comes to relationship. And I'm getting, for some reason, I'm really drawn to the purple in this card, and you are also drawn to violet amethyst. You may work with the violet flame or do meditations around the violet flame, but I'm just getting that energy of a lot of downloads, a lot of insights, but they feel to be about self. They seem to be about your journey, or even an understanding with this owl, like golden wisdom that has come from disappointment. Understanding why things went the way they did, understanding that those disappointments were serving you because perhaps those situations or those people, those settings weren't really meant for you. It's like there's a new version of you that wants to emerge, but there's also a new type or style of relationship that's coming in. It's like, yeah, it's like breaking a pattern or a cycle around connection. For some of you, you could have felt like every connection you went into or every person you dealt with just kept hurting you or kept letting you down, or they just keep showing me it's like a wheel, like a karmic wheel that you're having trouble lifting yourself from. But it's like now it's time to end. It's like the universe is saying now it's time. For some of you, it could be that it's time to come into union with that 2 of Cups and the 4 of Wands. Because I feel like you learnt all you could from these experiences, but like it's now with the 3 of Cups, the 4 of Wands, the Emperor, it's like you learnt your power, you learnt a level of self-mastery, and now you're ready for the right connections. Because I don't feel this is only, for some of you, this could be romantic with the 4 of Wands and the 2 of Cups here. This is a soulmate union. For those of you where that isn't what you desire, this can be soul tribe, because I'm seeing it's definitely more than one person. I'm seeing like a community. So you have emergence above the 5 of Cups. And frequency of emergence invites us to approach our reality with a childlike attitude of innocence and wonderment, and to watch and celebrate the beauty that unfolds from that place. Yeah, it's like a new story wants to be written for you. It's like going from darkness to light, or night to day. It's like you may have had a story in the past that was, you know, disappointing or sad, or it just wasn't upbeat, didn't give you the happy ending, that type of energy. Whereas now it's like, okay, I'm ready to write a new story and have a new chapter. You also have here soul time. The frequency of soul time asks us to allow the possibility of a new reality to emerge, one that embraces the concept that while the corporeal body is mortal, the soul is timeless, limitless, and infinite. I just heard divine timing. It's like these changes are happening and these shifts are here to liberate you because it's time. I don't think if that old cycle were to continue or repeat itself, there would be anything more that you could learn from it because you've gained what you could. It's like your soul mastered certain lessons. Especially I feel for this group, you may have had to really learn about independence. You may have had a pattern in the past, whether this lifetime or others, of codependency, looking to others for validation or, you know, always being part of a significant community or family at the expense of self. You also have conception. So you have the frequency of conception invites us to bring our consciousness to our origin, the place where everything in creation begins. It helps us to remember the infinite potential and possibilities of this space and what we can manifest through our own focused awareness and intention. And you have 25-7 and 16-7. So 7, you may be seeing 777, or the number 7 could be significant. Yeah, it's like giving birth. You're giving birth to a new reality after walking away or having lost certain connections or aspects of your life. And what's ironic is sitting above the 5 of Pentacles, we have exiled. And obviously that is a card of being left out in the cold or having a sense of isolation. You have illusion of separation, disconnect, isolation. This isolation served you is what I'm hearing. There was something you had to gain from this isolation and it was within yourself. It's like you had to master self or grow within your own abilities because there weren't others to lean on. Or, you know, if this is referencing being single, not being in a connection, it's like during that period of being single, you learnt more, you grew and evolved as a soul, like there was more that you could develop from that space. And had you been in a connection, that may not have been the case. But it's like, I feel like this butterfly, I can't tell if it's a butterfly or like a fairy, but I think it's a butterfly. It's like this butterfly is now ready. Oh, and I just noticed we have dragonflies twice. You may want to search and reference the spiritual meaning of dragonflies. But it's like now you're ready to connect. I'm also seeing the number 5 a lot in my mind's eye, like 55, 555. But I feel like it's entering a chapter or a cycle where I just heard you're going to be seen. Perhaps you felt in the past like people couldn't see you clearly. They didn't understand you. They weren't able to offer you what you deserved. It's like now that's all changing. There's a shift happening. Yeah, I just heard the cycle is closing. So above the 3 of Cups, we have the Guardians, shielding, defense, warning. For some of you, it may be a little difficult to welcome in these new connections because I just heard fiercely independent with that Emperor kind of warrior energy, even lone wolf. So you may have had to really kind of go it alone or come to a place where you feel more comfortable being on your own. And whilst you've learned important lessons around boundaries and protecting your energy and space, Spirit doesn't want you to protect them so much that they can't allow in others. You have third eye portal as well. So we have vision, clairvoyance, and clarity, confusion. See, I feel for this group, I'm hearing trust your instincts, because your instincts are going to be telling you like what's right for you, who to let in, you know, who to create space from. You're going to know what to do, but I feel like you're not going to feel like you know what to do, if that makes sense. Like you may have doubts that, oh, I'm going to get hurt, or, oh, like maybe I can't trust, you know, such and such person. But Spirit's saying you can trust them. You are safe. But it's going to take you a little while potentially to catch up with that truth. Yeah, see above the Six of Cups, which is referencing your past, we have you got the love, Hardarian energy, codependency, boundaries. These are the lessons you are mastering. And I also feel you are learning that everything you sought externally is inside of you. With that Emperor, it's like becoming whole within. And that's what creates the best place of union or the best relationships, even if they're platonic, because both parties are whole within. And I feel like that's the space you're embodying now. Yeah, you have Earth pulsing, pulse of the mother, slow down, time and nature. So the more you let go and take time, take time for you, keep doing what you've been doing, because you've done an amazing job when it comes to mastering your lessons, growing, evolving, being in your power. And it's like these people, I feel, and these connections will find you. Make sure you keep engaging in self-care during the month of June, though. I feel like it's a time where you're going to really need to take care of self. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 3. I looked at the Jade crystal and heard, open your heart. There's an opening happening around your heart chakra. I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't normally focus on love readings, but every single group, I feel, well, so far, every single group, there seems to be an emphasis on connection. So I feel like during the month of June, it may be a great month for relationships. And this can be, soul tribe. This can be platonic relationships, but I also feel an emphasis on, romantic connection, opening your heart, trusting your instincts when it comes to who you allow in. But with the Wheel of Fortune and the Seven of Swords, for many of you in this group, I feel as though you've closed out a cycle of, this could be, or cycle or situation with betrayal, disappointment, maybe not being able to trust others, maybe focusing more so on, with the Eight of Coins, Two of Coins, on career, on projects, on ideas. But it's like during the month of June, I feel this expansion in my heart space for you and it could be triggered by a King of Cups type energy. It could be triggered literally by a water sign, sun, moon, rising, or it could be triggered by someone that is, we have water and we have earth coming up really strong, but it could be triggered by someone who, you have a really strong connection with, that really opens your heart space. Again, it doesn't have to be in a romantic sense, it could be either gender, but I just get this sense of, you may be kind of more focused with the Eight of Coins on career or finances, abundance when this comes in. And it's like Spirit is asking you to be really open to the right connections. I feel like for this group, you may have had some challenges or karmic tests around, who you allow in or how much you allow others to affect you. But it's like there's a new cycle starting where connections are coming in that are very, I just heard, stable, transparent as well, like trustworthy. Yeah, it's like I keep hearing the word trust for this group. So I don't know if at times you have trouble trusting others, or you just haven't met the right type of people where you feel like you can trust them. You have gratitude. Fill me with gratitude for all you give. May I be a vehicle for you wherever I go. So gratitude during the month of June is going to help you with some of these shifts coming in. We have giving someone your complete presence is an astonishing gift. Again, there's a significant connection. And I feel like it's long standing. Like whether this, for some of you, this could be a friendship that actually develops into more. Because I'm hearing for some of you, this is like a lifelong or, has the potential to be a lifelong connection. And again, this could just be a close friendship, but there is something really beautiful happening. For this group though, with the last group, I felt like there were multiple connections. With this group, I'm hearing there's one connection in particular that's very significant. But I'm not sure if, during the month of June, you might just be a little bit busy. I also keep seeing swans and elephants. Like I feel like those animal spirits are really significant around you. So you may want to look into the meaning of those two animals. But I just get this sense of you may be preoccupied or focusing on more practical things, focusing on work, finances, career. Like you may not be looking, I feel like this woman is just looking down, focusing on her own work, her own stuff, her own projects when this comes in. So Spirit's saying with discernment, you've developed the skill of discernment, because I feel with the Seven of Swords, you may be kind of looking over your shoulder and worried about this. We have the frequency of discernment supports our ability to view the world and the people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. So yeah, at first as well, when this person comes in, there could be a sense of not fully wanting to open your heart or just feeling a little uncertain. But it's like Spirit is telling you, like, no, it's safe to trust. The past will not repeat itself. And you have the skills of discernment to be able to know what's for you and what's not. The frequency of synergy supports our allowance and acceptance of not so obvious, never seen before, combinations and unions that result in new ways of functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. It reminds us to embrace the unfamiliar so that new yet exciting co-creations can give birth to a new reality. Exactly. I'm reading this as someone new is going to enter your life that's going to completely change you, your life, how you do things, every aspect. Yeah, miracle. Some of you may have been like quite disconnected from relationship or love, or reached a point where you kind of close the door on it, and then this comes in. The frequency of miracle supports our belief in ourselves as a part of source, and therefore our belief that anything is possible. Yeah, I just keep hearing trust, because I think there's going to be a tendency or a desire to close up or to doubt what's coming in. Like it's not, like it can't be trusted, or it's going to lead to pain. What you have next to it is empowerment. You have 13-4, you have 41-5, and you have 33-6, 4, 5, 6, like stepping stones. And then I looked down, I saw 3. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I feel like you've been guided towards this point, but with empowerment, we have grounded, strength, stamina. I feel for this group, you are very grounded, and you might be quite, at times analytical. Like you have really strong minds, strong mental energy, but at times it could make you, like, when we have a very logical side to us, sometimes miracles are a little hard to accept, or something that seems miraculous might have us on guard, because we're like, can I trust this? Is this safe? Is this meant for me? So there may be an element of questioning or uncertainty when this shows up. You also have higher perspective, the cosmos awakening unity. Yeah, I keep hearing coming into union for this group. It's like you may be, or coming into, I feel for this group, you've come into a level of development within self where now it shows up in the physical. But I feel for many of you, maybe you weren't expecting it, or you're not sure what to do with it. Perhaps you've been, like again, I'm hearing during the month of June, you may have a lot going on in other areas, whether this is just self-care or your own projects, your own desires. Like there may just be a need or a tendency toward just focusing on self, or kind of pulling away from this energy. But Spirit keeps telling you, like, you can trust it. And you have here contemplation. Silence, knowing, releasing control. Yeah. I'm hearing it's going to be hard to surrender to this, or to open your heart to this. But I feel like there may be some time as well where you spend during the month of June, like a period of meditation or introspection. It could be triggered by this personal situation, as though it's a catalyst. But I just feel like I keep hearing trust. Because with this knowing, you're going to know internally, like, yes, this is safe. Yes, this person is meant for me. Or yes, this person is meant to be a part of my life. It's divinely guided. Because you also have Harith, longing for home, homesick for the stars. I feel like there's a strong spiritual foundation to this connection. You may both be star seeds, because I'm getting that energy where you've incarnated in other star systems with this person. I'm not going to list the star system because I feel like it's going to vary for everyone listening. But I just feel in general, there's a really strong cosmic bond, and it's like the divine, it's like you're being blessed with this, but I feel like at the start, you may feel like it's a test, like this is a karmic test, or maybe you need to have your defenses up, or maybe you can't trust it and surrender to it. Like there's some element of questioning or uncertainty. And I feel like Spirit's coming through really strong with this, in this reading, that it's safe to open your heart, and this isn't going to repeat itself with this Seven of Swords. Like there isn't going to be, you know, a shift where, you know, there's challenges or difficulties, because your final card is Empathic Starseed. Again, this group, you're definitely Starseed. You have cosmic origin. Some of you have past lives in like I'm seeing like Tibet, monks, like a monk, someone that's very, you may have a strong connection to meditation, yoga, also like ancient philosophies. I just heard Ayurveda, but there's a sense of that's those spiritual practices may be instrumental in your spiritual growth in this lifetime, but you've had incarnations as a monk. With Empathic Starseed, we have energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours, sitting above the Seven of Swords. For this group, because you're so empathic and you're such beautiful souls, you may have a tendency to absorb other people's energies or take on their vibrations. And so it can be difficult, perhaps, with synergy. Perhaps in the past you tended to merge with others or take on their burdens, their issues, their vibrations. And perhaps you're worried if you either come into union or come into close connection, you will lose yourself or lose aspects of yourself or lose your focus when it comes to your own path. And Spirit's kind of confiding and letting you know that's not what's going to happen. That it's safe for you to balance your solitude, your spiritual practice, your career with connection. And so June is a month, sorry, my throat, where you strike a balance between connection and work. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, Group 4. So when I first lay your cards, I heard Divine Epiphany. The month of June is going to be a very esoteric month for you, but you're going to receive epiphanies or downloads around your calling, your life's mission, what you want to create in the physical, what your purpose is. With the Four of Swords and the Hermit, very strong energies of meditation, communicating with Spirit. I'm hearing accessing the higher realms, connecting with source consciousness, and there's downloads and ideas and epiphanies that are going to flow to you and through you that are guiding you on the next steps of your journey. Yeah, they're showing me during the month of June, it's almost all internal, what they're showing me. It doesn't feel, that doesn't mean there won't be things happening in the physical, but I just feel like your focal point will be, you know, where you're at spiritually or what you want to create in the world. With the Five of Wands, there may be some turbulence, but I feel this turbulence is largely within you, because they're showing me there may be some energies or emotions that, especially with the moon, like subconscious belief systems or vibrations and energies that come to the surface that you heal, that enable you to more fully step into this divine guidance and enable you to, you know, take these steps moving forward. So we have with guidance, when you make divine intelligence your foundation, you finally have a fixed star to follow. That's what I'm hearing for some of you, especially with ground in here. It's like you're having, there's a new foundation for you. It could be like a new life philosophy, a new spiritual practice, a new way of viewing your role, your calling in the world. It's like, but for some of you, you're at the beginning stages, and the month of June is where I'm just looking at that fixed star. It's like you have your star, you have your dream, you have that divine destiny. You know, like, okay, this is what I'm here to do. Or there's some sort of epiphany around what you want to grow in the physical, what you want to share, what you want to express. There's an it's definitely ascension energy, but for this group, you're already very tapped into spirit, but I feel like you're leveling up and going to that next level. And we have grounded. Many of the most evolved beings on earth are regular folks living with joy, dignity, and courage. Again, this group, you're very old souls. You are very evolved. You are very advanced. And you're anchoring in some of these higher vibrations of unconditional love, of joy, and living from that place without attachment to the outcomes. But you are going to be very clearly guided, I feel, toward your destiny. towards something that you're going to express, an offering. It's like the month of June, you have awareness of what your offering is in the physical. Sitting above the Four of Swords, you have crown chakra. Definitely a month for this group of meditation. The frequency of the crown chakra, the violet flower of life, supports our spiritual connection to the universe and our ability to transmute negative energy into light. There is going to be a bit of transmutation, and that's why Spirit is bringing up meditation and spending time alone. So there will be a little bit of inner darkness that does rise to the surface. Again, I don't feel this is really heavy. I feel for this group, you've already done a lot of healing and a lot of work on yourself. There's so many messages for this group. It's like I have pressured speech trying to get them all out. But there's a sense that the subconscious is cleansing, is clearing. Because they're showing me, it's like, for some of you, you're a channel for source. And it's like some of these lower energies or vibrations have to be cleansed and filtered through and filtered out to enable what you're here to create to flow through you. As I said that, you have communication. Yeah, I just heard your spirit communicators. Some of you may be meditating and actually connecting with astral beings. I almost said astral travel as well. So there could be an element of like astral travel, connecting as well with, I just heard Arcturians. So some of you may have a connection with Arcturus. But there's a sense here of you connecting with the stars or with source consciousness as well. The channels are opening for you, but part of it has to do, yes, with your own ascension journey, but I feel like you've cleared out any blocks or you've cleared out energies and vibrations that were like acting as a barrier or a block. Yeah, you have cosmic flower. There's something that's going to bloom or blossom in the physical, but it comes from this divine epiphany. And I feel like the month of June is when you get that download. You have the frequency of cosmic flower activates our remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. There's a strong theme and message for this group that Spirit wants you to pour your energy out, to take action, but you're doing it in a detached manner with this Four of Pentacles. There's no longer attachment to money, outcome, success, physical measures of success. It's like you're learning how to flow from source, create from source, and then what will be. Not holding on too tight. You also have here celestial assistance, angelic messages, guidance, enlightenment. Yeah, for this group, you're very, very evolved. Like this group, you have the potential to reach enlightenment in this incarnation. Very powerful, because I'm seeing I'm almost hearing like grid work, or you do on a soul level, you do a lot of spiritual work around, energy fields, light work. It's like you're more light being than you are human. You're more angelic. But again, angelic messages, communication sitting above the hermit. Some of you are spiritual messengers or spiritual leaders. You guide others. Yeah, you also have isolation sitting above Knight of Wands, but I feel like during the month of June, I do think it's going to be more of an isolated month, but by choice with the Hermit as well, because with the Four of Swords, the Hermit and isolation, you're going within, and I keep seeing this number 7, 7, or you may be seeing 777. But loneliness, reconnection, home, you're reconnecting within, you're reconnecting with the home within yourself. And with that lone wolf, the spiritual journey doesn't have to be lonely, but I do feel there's periods of time where we're really growing and evolving, that it's better served through solitude, to have that energy, to have that time to focus on self. So I do feel for some of you, like there is a sense that you may have had to kind of follow your own path, and that may not have evolved. It's funny I said evolve. You may have to have walked your own path to focus on your evolution, to evolve, but it may not have involved a lot of people to do this deep spiritual work. But you're coming into a time where, in order to serve your destiny, it's like coming out of the shadows with destiny sitting above the moon. It's like you're going to receive this call where it's time to be seen. It's time to put these messages out there, or to have them be more accessible to a wider audience, to more people who need those messages. It may be time to connect with people on a personal level so that you can aid each other in terms of your spiritual growth and your evolution. You also have here deep cellular healing. Yeah, so you're definitely healing. It's like a purge energetically and emotionally. And it's funny, I mentioned Arcturian energy. For this group, you have a really strong connection to Arcturus, and I feel like they're supporting you. You may resonate with having soul, like a star family that's guiding and supporting this process. And again, be patient with yourself. And this is sitting above the Five of Wands. And when I originally saw the Five of Wands, I did say I feel as though there may be some conflict that's coming to the surface. But again, I feel it's internal and you're shedding it. Yeah, your Page of Cups is your offering to the world, and you have called soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. I just heard it's time to step up and lead. Now, when I say lead, you don't necessarily have to be like a spiritual teacher or a teacher of sorts. You could be a guide for others. For this group, it's like you're more of a spirit guide or an angel on people's paths than a human. Like, I just feel you have a great potential. I'm also seeing we have the number 9 repeating, 18, 9, 9. But it's like you're leveling up, closing out one cycle so that you can step into this cycle of, for some of you, I do feel like it's leadership or being seen. It's like you channel messages, or you put your wisdom, your truth out there, and people follow that. People are guided by that. It could be some of you writing a book or having a platform where people can access this wisdom, and it helps to support. It almost supports and guides them on their journey and through this process. You may be mentoring or guiding others on this healing, on this ascension process as well. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day.